Again, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this packing list, but everything you need to know is right here. So I'm going to put that information in the comment section. You guys check it out. It is amazing. This, I mean, I use this as my actual checklist. Like, I have checklists for packing, but I totally use this for checklists. Oh, and I also have, this is like a fanny pack. They call it a waist pack nowadays, but it's a fanny pack. I got this from eBags. I love eBags. This thing is awesome. I wore this a lot, especially on the excursions, because I didn't like to carry like a backpack or a purse or something. I think I took a backpack on one excursion. But this thing is great. It's a Kipling, and I got it from eBags. Okay, so like I said, the first day I drove to port. You're gonna arrive to the airport terminal. You drop your checked luggage off, and your checked luggage you want to have. These are where you want to have your 12-pack sodas. If you have to take it out of the container, it'll probably save more space. But just take them out individually. Like, I brought like 5 lemonades and like 5 Canadian Dry. Ginger ale is what I brought, and I had a bottle of wine, and that was actually in your carry-on luggage, not your checked. I'm sorry, I said your checked luggage. No, your carry-on, and that's also where you want to have your bottle of wine, because when you go through the terminal, they check everything. And I wouldn't do the bottled water with alcohol in it, the bottles with the alcohol in it, and you try to get through the terminal with your carry-on, because what they do, even if it's in the plastic container, they take every single bottle of water out and they shake it. And I'm going to show you why they shake it in just a second. This is why they shake every single bottle of water. This is a regular bottle of water, literally. When I shake this, see what it does? It kind of bubbles a little bit and then it stops. This is a bottle of alcohol. See what happens there? Bottle of water, bottle of alcohol. That's how they get you, and that's how they can tell. So don't do the bottle of alcohol in your water bottles. If you do that, put it in your checked luggage. I know that works because my dad did it with his gin. He put it in his checked luggage and it made it through. So I can talk about that later, all about the alcohol. So anyway, when you're at the terminal, you check in and all that good stuff. They scan all your things kind of like at an airport. They give you your room keys, which mine fell out. These cell and sign cards, these are also basically your ID cards, because when you get these, they take your picture. So when you scan it to get on the ship, your picture shows up and they know it's you. This is also your card for your drink, and that's going to be charged to your room, or to you guys, who's ever the credit card's under, because they will ask for a specific credit card that you want all your charges to go to at the end of the cruise. So yeah, that's your sell and sign card. Just take that everywhere with you. Put in your land. When you get on the ship, your rooms are most likely not going to be ready. You'll see me say that my room's not going to be ready till 1:30 on the first day video. And that, you know, that's fine. All you do, just go to the Lido deck, get some food, because you're probably going to be hungry anyway. And, you know, depending on if you have like a carry-on bag or luggage or whatever, you're gonna have to lug that sucker around. But just eat at the Lido deck, wait a few minutes or whatever. It's probably gonna take like an hour, half an hour, depending on what time you get on the ship. Then just have something to eat. Oh yeah, when you're at the terminal, they're gonna call you in groups. So it's best to get there early. Like if your cruise leaves at 4, but it says they're gonna start loading people on or whatever at 2 or 1, or was it noon? I can't remember. But anyway, I got there at 11 o'clock, and it was great because there wasn't a long line. And if you wait longer, there's going to be a longer line. So that's another little tip, hint. There is a muster drill. This is basically just the mandatory, you know, safety drill that they do on every ship, and it's mandatory, and everybody has to go to it. Do not wear your life jacket when you go. I mean, just don't do that. Nobody does that, ever. So yeah, you're probably gonna end up packing more than you need. You really don't need all that many clothes. I didn't even wear tennis shoes. Unless you're gonna go to the gym, pack a pair of tennis shoes. Like, I thought I was gonna go to the gym. I didn't go to the gym. I was in flip-flops like the whole time, except when I was in the dining room. Then I had my formal night. I had my nice shoes on. But even when I went to the dining room for dinner or non-formal night, I had flip-flops on, and I mean, that's wore them everywhere, even off port. So I wasn't doing anything extenuous. Now, if you're gonna go on an excursion that's pretty extensive or strenuous, then you're gonna need to pack some tennis shoes. But I was in flip-flops all the time. Beach bag. I got this beach bag. It's freaking neon green. It's awesome. Used this when I went snorkeling. I put all my snorkeling stuff in here. It was great, and it's really loud color. Also, when you're bringing items on the ship, like a 6-pack or 12-pack, 12-pack of sodas or a 12-pack of water or whatever, and if you're cruising with someone, make sure your cruise buddy helps out and brings like a 12-pack of soda as well, because it's like, this is per person, and I didn't think to do that, and I just brought everything. I didn't say, hey, cruise buddy, can you bring this and this and this, and I'll bring this, this, and this. No, I just brought everything. I don't know why I did that. Also, make sure you have some cash, but just have some like ones or something, and you know, for tips. And when you go to port, if you decide to eat at a restaurant, have some cash. It's a lot easier. And some ports, like for Cozumel, you can change your American money into pesos. They have like a cashier area, because their final bill comes to you in pesos, and it's kind of confusing unless you know how to convert really well. Also, speaking of excursions, pre-book your excursions, which means to pre-book it either through Carnival or through an independent company. I booked through Carnival my first time around because I am like really scared, nervous like that, and I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to get left on the ship, and the ship wasn't going to leave me or something. So I booked through Carnival. You pay for your excursions on there. So it's already said and done, because if you wait till you get on the ship, the excursion could be sold out. Plus, if you go to their desk, there could be a huge freaking line for excursions. There will be a huge line anyway for people trying to get their soda cards or whatever, and I can't really explain that because I did not get one. But it does have that information on the policy and procedures. There's a lot of information on the policy and procedures once you book the cruise through Carnival. They have great information. I think that's about all. Oh, dining. The dining. There's anytime dining and there's set dining, which is set dining is usually, I think it's 5 or 6 p.m. and then a late one is like 8 p.m. and you have to be there at that time. I did anytime dining, which was great because I can go whenever I wanted to. I personally think anytime dining was perfect for me. Set dining, you will be sitting with the same people every night in the dining room. If you choose to eat in the dining room every night, you don't have to eat in the dining room every night. You can eat somewhere else. There are a lot of places to eat on the ship. There's so much to do on the ship. But you will be eating with the same people every night. I heard some guys on the elevator with us that were saying that, wow, the people that we are sitting with are very tight-necked. And I'm using that word because I guess that they're kind of snooty or whatever. And I was like, wow, that must really suck to have to sit with those people every night at the dining room. So I would suggest anytime dining, but you know, that's up to you. Some people do set dining because they have kids and they want to do the early dining so they can get to bed early or something. I don't know. I don't have kids. As far as tipping, your tips are automatic at the end of your cruise, and they have an itemized bill they'll send to you the night before you disembark. And it has everything there. And I would totally suggest, if you have any issues with your bill at that time, go right then and there down to the desk and discuss it. I will not wait till the next day because the line's probably going to be ridiculous. So if you want to tip extra, you can. I tipped the room steward extra just because he filled up our little foldable cooler with ice every night. I mean, every freaking night. It was great. And I mean, he was very helpful. He brought a hair dryer for my cruise buddy, and it was really great. I mean, he was great. So we gave him extra money. Okay, so I feel like I've been a little long-winded. I'm not sure. I will find out how long this is, but I feel like I've been really long-winded. I just have so much to talk about. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but if I haven't answered any of your questions or whatever, please don't hesitate to comment in the comment box. Or, you know, I can do a part 2, but I think I've pretty much covered everything. Not to go into specifics. Oh, every night, like turn down service, which is in the evening, like your room steward will come twice a day in the morning, like, or sorry, after, well, kind of mid-morning, you know, because you're usually at breakfast or whatever, so they'll fix your bed. And then turn down service, they put an itinerary on your bed, so that lets you know what's happening on the ship all day long the next day. I mean, they have everything from bingo, karaoke, hairy man contests, all sorts of stuff for kids, you know, little shows they have, jewelry exhibits, how to do this, how to do that. I mean, tons and tons and tons of information. And it also tells you what time they arrive at port and everything, so you could coordinate and see, okay, well, I'll be at Cozumel at 7 o'clock in the morning, which means you need to get your butt up. You may have time for breakfast, you may not have time for breakfast. I can go on excursions another time, depending on which ones that you're doing. Like I said in one of my videos, I show the deluxe sail and snorkel video. If you are doing that excursion, I can do another video on that, or I can just answer your questions about it. Either way. Well, thanks for listening. I hope I answered all your questions or gave you some information that you could use. I think that's about it, guys. If you have any particular questions for me, please put in the comment section, because I would like for everybody to be able to access this and read it, because I know there are a lot of first-time cruisers out there, and the information that you can find online is amazing. But I just wanted to do a YouTube video and kind of just talk to you guys, basically. I think I've seen one other one that had like 12 helpful steps or hints for newbie cruisers. And I myself will be cruising again next year. I'm doing a 7-day cruise with the Carnival Magic. It's the newest ship, so I'll be sailing that definitely. So I'm hooked. There are some people who go once and they're instantly hooked after that, and then there's people who go once and it's not for them. Oh, speaking of food, how can I forget this? On your dining area, you can order whatever you want. And when I mean whatever you want, you don't have to order, oh yeah, I'll have an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert. You can order 2 appetizers if you want, or 3 appetizers if you want, or if you want like 2 main dishes, you can do that. Or if you want like 2 or 3 desserts, you can do that. You don't have to order your food in order. That makes any sense. But you don't have to order in order. But anyway, so yeah, okay, got that. So I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I feel like this video is like way long, and I hope I have not bored you guys. But if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about or give you advice on, I'll try to. Like I said, I'm not an expert on cruising at all. I'm just trying to give you guys some information from my point of view and what I've learned and read on on cruisecritic.com, the forum. And again, I'm not affiliated with any of the message boards or internet sites or anything. I just am recommending them to you guys. So, well, thanks for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.